Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clever Remarks, the game show where we answer some of the world's silliest questions. Joining us today to give us these answers is AJ and Quinn.
My name is AJ, and a fun fact about me is that I used to figure skate.
Hello, I'm Quinn, and I'm the host of ScytedTV News.
That is true.
Product placement, guys. It's very important.
Product placement, but like for the same studio. When you're wet, a towel is said to dry it up. Can you use a towel on a tsunami? AJ, you go first.
So with the tsunami, you just have to get several towels. What you end up doing is recruiting efforts from other people. Get, like, if it's an island or something, get everyone set up with their own towel. The thicker bath towels are preferred. But what you can also do is get buckets. And if you just take the bucket of water that from the tsunami, just take buckets and you dump it down the drain of your sink, just keep doing that. And that's how you handle a tsunami.
I think what made that so incredibly funny was that you had a straight face the entire time you were saying it. Quinn, what do you have to say?
So my thought process on this is you need to have the biggest towel you can manufacture possible. Like sewing every single towel in the entire world together. And I definitely think Japan already has a solution, or Hawaii needs to figure it out. The two of them, I don't know how often. I know Japan gets earthquakes a lot. So I don't know if they have tsunami stuff, but they're very intuitive and they're very futuristic. So they would do it. They would do the manufacturing of it.
It would take every towel.
That, or they would have to make towels that big to protect the entire island.
I love both of these answers, but I'm going to give it to AJ. That was really funny.
Yeah, that's valid. That you deserve that.
Yeah, dump it down the drain. Where do you think the drain leads to?
The pipes, obviously.
Oh.
And they go wherever the pipes go.
To the ocean.
It's a very simple answer, Lloyd.
It's like the rain process, you know, you dump it down the drain, it goes back into the ocean, and then it repeats. Got that, you know.
No, you're forgetting the evaporation stage, though.
Is that real?
What do you mean is that real?
What?
Is that real?
I don't know. Now I'm starting to question. All right. Just for sake of time reasons, we should just move on to the next question. Is the Earth round or just really good at faking it? Quinn?
It's really amazing at faking it. Like, everything we work on is flat, right? So we are forcing the world to be flat. So the world is round, but we're good at making it flat. We're putting our societal standards on the Earth.
We're peer pressuring the Earth.
Yes. Standard. We are bullying the Earth into being flat.
Right. Okay. Okay. AJ, what do you have to say about that?
So I'm gonna agree that the Earth is just really good at faking it. What it's doing is, so it's flat, right? And it's putting a mirror under its like body, so it reflects, and you see another half of the Earth below that. But it's all flat. It's like light tricks, like magic type thing. Like the image of the sun reflects, the image of the Earth is reflected back from the sun onto that other mirror. So that's how it looks like we have a globe.
So far.
I'm just looking distressed.
I don't even know what to say. Like,
I guarantee you some flat earther out there somewhere has said what I just said. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
Okay. I like the concept of the Earth being bullied and peer pressured.
Thank you.
So do that one.
Yeah.
Personally, I agree with that. I think us bullying the Earth is that one landslide.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, how else is the Earth gonna learn?
Exactly.
Right? No,
like,
for real.
Literally.
Yeah. No. That's simple as that. All right. Next question. Why do we say "bless you" when someone sneezes? AJ?
It's actually an acronym. Bless you. It's big, little, everyone sneezes. Sometimes you own yours. But the you was an accident. That was a misspelling. It's actually spelled Y-O-Y. So that's a grammatical error on your part. It's not a common known thing, but that is what it's supposed to be. And we're telling them that, like, you own your sneeze. Like, Take responsibility for that.
Okay, whatever I have prepared, I don't think can equate to that amazing presentation. So there's the logistical answer, which is people would say that like God bless you with health. Where that's the actual meaning. However, bless actually means, let me correct your acronym, bunions, lesson, enjoyment, sneezes, snakes. That's what it means. Bunions. It would have been Funyuns, but they didn't have Funyuns yet.
You know what? See, Lloyd, here's the problem. I am using the English translation, but Quinn is using the one from Switzerland.
Yeah.
That is the Swiss version of
That's my bad.
The acronym.
Right.
That's my bad.
I could
You're
see
so right.
I could see how that translation could have been mixed up there. And if not for the incredible answer and presentation, whatever Quinn said, the correction is what will give you the point for that one. That was
me.
Yes.
Oh no.
Points.
My bad.
Gwen, you were really like, yeah. No, it's fine. I wasn't very obvious on who I meant by that, but yeah, AJ, you get the point for that one.
Cool.
All right. Next question. If you give a fish a sword, is it a swordfish, Quinn?
No, fish don't have hands. Can't give a fish a sword. I mean, yes, it would be a swordfish, but that would be in the case that they had hands. But there is a wild species of fish that we have yet to find, except I personally have discovered it in my personal scuba diving experiences, where I once gave a fish a sword and created the species. It's called the sword gish.
Okay, AJ.
So, as my opponent clearly stated, fish do not have hands. What they actually do is swallow the hilt of the sword, and they kind of let the rest of the sword stick out of their mouth, and that's how they like attack other fishes. And so it is called a swordfish. They actually combine like what's the thing called? Like Autobots. It's like Autobots assembled like Transformers.
Yeah.
And so it transforms into a swordfish.
Like a Voltron?
Yeah.
You know how the Voltron, all 5 ships combined?
Exactly, yes. That's what I was referring to.
This is insane.
Picked the right people.
Yes.
Yeah. I aggressively appreciate the Transformers reference so much that I will give you the point, AJ. That was great.
Yes.
Valid. Again, another valid point.
All right. Here we go. Next question. If we are allowed to view the lunar eclipse at night and we have to wear protection when seeing a solar eclipse, does that mean the moon is overconfident and the sun is insecure? AJ?
No, it's not that. It's really the fact that the sun is a little bitch and kind of has to take the back seat. The moon isn't even overconfident. It's just better at its job. That's the thing, which is why it's able to eclipse the sun in the first place. It's kind of one of those moves where it's like the sun was trying to show off and like, hey, look at me. I'm the sun. And the moon was like, literally all the way fuck off. I'm so much better than you, and you're gonna take a back seat. But see, the moon is kind enough to not do that all the time, but every once in a while the moon's got to put the sun in check and remind it that it's nobody. And so yeah, the moon is just, they are top tier, top dog. The sun is second place, and like just the other day the moon had to put the sun in its place. It was tired of its shit. That's what happened.
Yeah, for some context for the viewers, like 2 days ago, there was a solar eclipse as of this recording. So yeah, actually, I do want to make a point here, and I'm curious what your answer is to this. The moon gets the light from the sun, does it not?
I mean, it does, but that's more of like a courtesy thing, just to like make the sun feel a little better about itself, you know? So like, it's still like the moon's kind of like, I'm doing you a favor. I don't want people to think that you're totally like worthless. So I will let you reflect some light so the earth knows that I'm there. But it's really kind of a thing just to try to make the sun feel better about itself.
Now,
the sun doesn't even realize that, though. That's the thing.
So the sun is the moon's bitch, and the moon is using the sun.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't think that the moon is overconfident and that the sun is insecure. I think the sun is like, hey boo, it's my day every single day. Everyone sees me every single day. Everyone loves me. Like, I make everyone happy. I make all the flowers bloom. I just make everything great. And I think you need your spotlight sometimes. You know, people never see you. Everyone's asleep when you're out. Like, nobody gets to enjoy you like I get to enjoy you because I get to see all the planets every single day. So for you, bestie, I'm gonna let you every once in a while have yours shine and like take over, and everyone will be looking at you and everyone will be appreciating and loving you. It's just trying to validate the moon. So it's actually they're best friends and they're just trying to support each other. You know, girls support girls, you know? Lloyd's face.
I'm gonna be so for real. Both of your answers are crazy. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Sure.
As someone who really enjoyed Quinn's response, I would like to relinquish my point to Quinn, because I think it highlights the beauty of the relationship, and I think honestly it makes more sense. It's more concrete. And I do truly believe that the moon and the sun, honestly, the only thing Quinn got wrong is that the moon and the sun are actually lovers. They've been together for centuries, eons and eons.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, you know, your answer's how they were, and this is how they are. You know, like they started out fighting and now they're lovers.
Well, then I guess if you insist, I will give the point to Quinn then.
Thank you, AJ. I love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
This is great. Okay.
Besties supporting besties. This is what this is.
This is great. This is where things actually get more exciting because we're gonna move on to our first minigame.
Yes!
So this first minigame is called Marketing Degree. It is inspired by Game Changer. The goal of this minigame is you guys will be shown some items, and then you will have to try to sell those items to me. The person who can sell the item to me the best will get the point.
Got it.
With that, we'll move on to the first one. Maple syrup, pancakes, sausage and eggs, ramen noodles.
Oh, hell no.
Quinn, you go first.
Lloyd, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you like ramen noodles?
I do, actually, yes.
Now, have you ever had a full breakfast that you were like, this is too much. I can't eat 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, you know, I can't eat, you know, all that sausage, like it's too much. You know, have you ever felt like that?
Yeah, actually, I have.
Haven't you ever just wanted to combine one thing that you really like, ramen noodles, and a full breakfast in one amazing meal?
No.
This is the product for you. For it says on the container it is $1.18. It's perfect, it's cheap, it's affordable. You know, you could definitely buy multiple of these, and I bet you it's packed full of protein because of the eggs and the sausage. It's just the perfect meal. And it'll definitely fill you up. It's one serving size, so you won't eat too much and you won't feel too full after.
Now, there's not actually eggs and sausage in there. If we take a closer look at the picture here, it says artificially flavored as.
I bet you could make your own eggs and sausage, cut them up, and put them in the ramen, and it'll taste the exact same with or without.
But you just marketed to me that it was cheap and easy. Now there's extra ingredients I have to buy?
I'm not saying you have to. If you want to improve the experience and you want to get that extra protein, if that's what you want to do, go to your local food bank and steal eggs and sausage.
No.
And put them into...
No, let's not encourage that. Absolutely not. Okay, AJ, what do you have to say?
So here's the thing. Cup noodles, everyone looks at it as this basic bitch meal that you can have. It's not really that good all the time. You can't microwave it. This is actually a Japanese delicacy. What happened was, you know how Japan is very famous for their different types of ramen, the different types of food that's available. America's pretty bland with their stuff. So America, as it does, they stole the recipe. But thankfully, Japan and America were able to come to an agreement where they there's a mutual understanding that they can sell this. But this is, if you want to experience a little bit of Japanese culture, you're able to have this cup noodles breakfast. And because it's breakfast flavored, this is the perfect thing for you when you're on the go and you just quickly needed to grab something, didn't have a lot of time. It fits perfectly in your cup holder, so you can just take let it sit there while you're driving. It also has a little spout, a little paper at the top, which can be opened as like a flap, so you don't have to open it all the way, and you can drink your breakfast and just kind of get some noodles in there every now and then. And everybody knows carbs give you energy in the morning, and so that'll help you get through it. It's like having oatmeal, except it's nice and warm. It's in a delicious sauce. It's absolutely everything you could ever want, and it tastes like you're having the maple syrup pancakes, sausage, and eggs. Like, not everyone has time to sit down and eat all that. Like, especially during the work week. That's a weekend thing. So if you want a taste of home on the weekdays when you're on the go and a little touch of Japanese culture, this is for you.
I have to figure out who I'm going to give the point to because I have different reasons for giving both of you the point. One, the answer was I actually found quite funny, which is Quinn. And the other one, I would actually buy this if it was being marketed to me by AJ. I think because the whole point of this is you're supposed to sell this to me, AJ did a better job at actually selling it to me. So I'll give you the point for that one.
Yes.
Okay, here's the next product. Gorgeous Thanos one-piece swimsuit for men and boys. Quinn, go ahead.
I love this product so much. I personally buy this for every man in my life. Lloyd, do you love Thanos?
No.
Do you like swimsuits that are a one piece?
Still no, but I mean, sure, why not?
Well, man, do I have the product for you. Okay, the thing that is so perfect about this swimsuit is you'll be one of the only guys at a swimsuit party wearing a one piece. I've personally never seen a man wear a one piece, but you'll be the first one at that party. And two, it's an amazing conversational piece. I mean, people are gonna look at those teeth and think, wow, that is a statement. That is a fashion choice. And lastly, look how buff you'll look in this swimsuit. It'll make you look absolutely yoked.
Now, I don't think this is what I look like wearing the swimsuit. It's just a guy.
It's 100% what you look like wearing the swimsuit. 100%. Once you put it on, you look like a Giga Chat meme. This is you wearing the swimsuit.
I wish, but no. Absolutely not. If that's how this worked, I would buy this immediately. I would actually buy this immediately if that's how that worked. Although
you instantly become yoked when you wear the Thanos swimsuit for men
and boys.
And boys.
Okay, AJ.
So the great thing about this one piece is that it's got spandex technology in it. So it does give you it tightens up and gives you control where if you've got a little bit of tummy, flattens that out, accentuates the pecs, makes you look great. It's very flattering. And on the adult men and on the boys, there actually is a different model for the younger boys because they don't need that kind of stuff. They're kids. That doesn't have that spandex technology in it. But everyone loves the power of Thanos. He may not have done some great things, but what he stood for and is power and greatness. And everyone can relate to that or want that in their lives, at least to an extent. And what this does is show everyone that not only are you stylish, but it shows them that you are a force to be reckoned with, because no one in their right mind would wear this on a regular basis. This is for special occasions. You pull this thing out the bag and people look at you differently. This is about respect. If you want to earn respect from your peers, you show up at the company party with this.
Yeah.
and everyone looks at you differently.
I wonder why. Okay. I'll give you the point for that one. I still wouldn't buy it, but but for the most convincing answer, sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, with that, we'll go to the next product. The No Phone Air. Quinn, go ahead.
Okay, holograms. This is basically a hologram. You know, people are on their phones way too much. We're all, it is a way that people connect, but this will give you some time to disconnect, and it'll give you some time it'll help you connect with your nature side and going outside. You won't be on your phone as much until you'll be going out to interact with people, and you'll be able to spend time with people in person.
All right, AJ.
So the No Phone Air is a quality piece of technology, actually. Can't quite put your finger on it. so to speak.
yeah.
But there's something so great
Knee
about
slapper. Sorry, go ahead.
the no phone air is embedded with technology that actually adheres to your fingerprints. So you don't actually have to hold a phone. So when you need to make a call, you simply go like this and you're able to make a call.
Yeah.
And you can hang up by just doing this motion. It automatically knows that you're hanging up the phone. It meshes well with computers and laptops. It automatically turns your non-touch screen products into touch screen because of the tracking that's in your finger with it going across the screen and stuff. And all this can be done again with no extra material, free pockets, all that stuff. And I think it's just a great product that's really convenient, compact, and it's literally applied like hand sanitizer. You you just kind of rub it on, and the nanobites attached to your fingertips and your hand, and
so it's basically like a Neuralink or the Apple
like
VR.
Yeah, it's kind of like a VR type thing. Yes. But we already looked into. I know a lot of people get concerned about like microchips being implanted and things like that. We want to make it clear that this is not what this is. You can easily remove the no phone air by washing your hands with soap and water. Comes right off. But you're able to link it again by using the like hand sanitizer. Just kind of pump it from a bottle, rub it on, you're good to go. It's very, very simple. Very simple.
I'll give you the point for that.
Cool.
That's good. All right. Yeah, okay, with that we'll move on to round 2 now.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the first question. 100?
Yes.
Oh, just yes. Okay. Quinn, what do you have to say about this?
This is an 8th grader's Instagram bio after passing their test. 100.
Okay, AJ.
I already gave my answer. Yes.
Just yes. Okay. I thought maybe there would be more to it. Yes it is. This is no. Don't be surprised. It was funnier. Next question. If we can't talk about Bruno, then why can we talk about Hernando, AJ?
We can talk about Hernando because he didn't predict that everyone would die. So he's safe to talk about. And he honestly is better looking. So he comes up in conversation more anyway. So yeah, that's why we talk about Hernando.
Okay, Quinn.
If I'm not mistaken, Hernando is just Bruno with a bucket on his head. And that's why we can talk about him. Because it's hiding his identity. Hernando is actually committing identity theft. Just he's getting away with it because he is hiding his identity.
Right. The fact that you knew the lore is crazy, so I'll give you the point. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay, next question. If cake is an expression for how much gyat someone has, does that mean the body is a bakery? Gwen.
It does not make your body the bakery. It makes your parents' bodies the bakery combined. Obviously, one's the baker and one's the bakery, if you know what I'm saying. This is the talk. I'm giving you the talk right now. That's what we're going through right now. But to shorten it up, it means your mother's body is the bakery. So she gives birth to you and you come out looking, hold on, I'm realizing what I'm saying as I'm saying it and implying that a child has a yacht, and I do not want to say that.
Now, fast forward at least 18 years.
Yes, then your mother would have given you that gyat, because your body is genetic and you're gonna look like your parents. So if your parents are Kim Kardashian, then you're gonna be as flat as a fucking pancake.
I'm actually excited to hear what AJ has to say about this, so go ahead.
No, the body isn't a bakery because the body didn't birth the ass. It was a part of it to begin with. So if the butt is the cake, then that means the rest of the body would be the like fondant figurine for the cake. So like this is just an accessory to the cake.
Wow. You just said it. Okay. All right. I'll give you the point for that one.
Thank you.
For being correct and for being funny while doing that. Wow. Okay. Next question. If you're back to square one, does that mean that you are a board game piece, AJ?
No. This should be common knowledge, guys. Back to square one doesn't mean that you're a game board piece. It means metaphorically that you are standing in a square with the number 1 on it. And you start in that square when you're playing hopscotch. And what actually happens is hopscotch is a metaphor for the game of life. And
Oh.
when when you end up back at square one, you just got to keep hopping through, It's not a board game piece, not at all. You're still you. You are the main character, basically. You could also say slight NPC, a little cross between the two. But yeah, not a game board piece, but an actual participant in the game. That is life. That is hopscotch.
Okay, Quinn.
Okay. In life, you have series of ups and downs. So technically, you're never back at square one, because if you were back at square one, you would be a child again. And then you would have to relive the entirety of your life to get back to that point. So you wouldn't be going back to square one. You'd be going back to like square 23. You wouldn't be going back to, unless that is the median and that is where you're stuck reliving every experience that you've done. So yes and no, because you can go back to that starting point and redo everything from there, but you would be going all the way back to childhood and reliving everything.
I would hate that. I'll give you the point, Quinn. We're going to move on to our next minigame. This next minigame is called Moral of the Story. Now, if your brain isn't functioning, this is going to make it worse. I do promise you that one. So the way Moral of the Story works is I basically give you guys a sentence, a phrase, a word, and you have to tell me what the moral of the story is, what it's trying to say. So there are 6 of them, which means 3 for each of you. I will rate your interpretations from 1 to 3 points each. The first one, and you're going to have to bear with me while I try to read these correctly. Don't think that carrot big because carrot big leaf because small leaf, carrot big not leaf big size. AJ, you have to tell me what you think this means. Tell me the moral of the story.
The moral of the story, are we asking for like literally?
I'll let you decide.
So the moral of the story is just because you see someone blossoming in life, they seem like they're doing all these things and they're accomplishing so much and you feel like you haven't really done anything, that doesn't mean there's any depth to this person. Meaning they've got the big leaf, very small carrot. And whereas myself, I may have a smaller leaf because I'm not doing as much right now, but I'm doing the inner work and strengthening myself. So my carrot is huge. So don't.
Right. So yeah. No, I get it.
I just realized what I said.
Yeah. No, keep going. It's great.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what this means. It's like don't don't compare yourself to others.
Right. Okay. I will give you all 3 points for that. That was funny.
Yes.
All right, here is the next one. Sometime on the way to successful, first steps of all of the steps to being successful steps are hardest of all of the steps to successing steps. Quinn.
Sometimes in life, you take steps and you try to do things in life that, you think won't help you, or, you do this, you do that, and you think, oh, it won't help me in the future. But every small thing that you do can impact your future, right? Mm-hmm. And so everything you do will help you build the successful future and the successful foundation of what you need for the future.
Right, so what about all the steps?
Life is a highway, and I'm gonna walk it all night long.
Some would say you try your best and you don't succeed.
You get what you want, but not what you need.
Yeah. Okay. If I could give you 2.5, I'd give you 2.5. But it's not quite 3, I'll give you 2. The next one. Just because every one person going in one directional way does not meaning you are going to the directional direction to which every person which is going in your own independent in which way you are going in. AJ.
This just simply put, everybody don't follow the crowd. Don't be a sheep. Doesn't matter. It seems like it's the right way, but it doesn't mean it actually is. You choose your own direction, whichever path you want to take in life.
That's great because the picture that this person was interpreting was 2 paths where everyone's going in one direction and you're going in a different direction. You got this spot on. Didn't make me laugh as much, so I'll give you 2 points for it again.
Damn.
But you did get it right.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, next one. Sometime in live. Everything pencil and everything smoothly with pencil is going smoothly. But then, snap, unexpected happening. It is happening unexpectedly in life. The important thing to do is to make solution to problem. So problem is solution, problem, solution, problem. Quinn.
Sometimes in life, when you're trying to solve others' problems or your own problems, and you're writing them down with a pencil, sometimes the pencil will snap and you'll realize that there isn't a solution to everyone's problems. And you just have to deal with what you've got on your plate and the things that you can control.
That was wholesome. Yeah, okay. For the same reason as last time, like, I'll give you 2 points. Didn't make me laugh. But that's why I'm giving you 2 points for it. Okay, this next one is going to be interesting. Chair. Now, I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you can imagine what the AI was interpreting here. So, AJ, take it away.
So, chair. Anytime you see a chair, you're like, what I think of is you can be a stand-up guy or you can be sitting down. You have to make the choice. Am I going to stand on top of the chair and be the tallest in the room and be the stand-up guy that I know I need to be and can be? Or am I going to be sitting down in the chair, letting everyone else tower over me, not taking the chances, not moving forward in life? Be the guy that stands on top of the chair.
Okay. I feel like it just defeats the purpose of a chair. But like I'm just saying. But I'll give you another 2 points for that.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, here's the last and final one. The more you know are knowing what you are knowing, and more your brain size in your head size big, the less you need to say to talk in argument with other peoples with smaller brain head shouting. Quinn.
Sometimes you're an intellectual, and sometimes you talk to Lloyd, and you just need to roast Lloyd straight out of the gate. Sometimes you have a brain, and sometimes you talk to Lloyd, and you have such a big brain that the arguments you make, his little brain can't comprehend.
Now, I just want to remind you who's given the points here.
Hey, but it was funny though.
What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is I know that I have a bigger brain than you, and I'm smarter than you, Lloyd.
Can I come in for a chance to steal the points?
No!
You know what?
No! Please, no! I'm losing this game.
Okay, I here's what I'll say. Because I like the proposal so much, because you just said my brain is small, I want to see what AJ has to say. Yeah, so go ahead.
So, what this is saying is the person that's shouting, talking over you in an argument, in a discussion, person that can't keep their head cool, they've actually got a small brain. They're not thinking very much. They don't have much going on up there. They're just spouting nonsense. But the person that's able to have a discussion and be able to explain themselves confidently, they are the one with the big brain. So, people with smaller brain heads shouting. And that's all I'll say.
Okay, I'll give you 3 points for that.
Yes.
I'm not doing it to make you upset, Quinn. I'm just
you're taking it out on me. I called you dumb, and you're spiting me.
Oh no!
You literally
lies.
You gave AJ fucking points, and you gave them chair, and you gave me that word vomit immediately after. What are you?
I thought you had I thought you actually had the better one because chair is just fucking chair. But you actually had something to work with.
No, chair is easy to work with.
Fine. You know what? If that's the case, then chair.
I want chair. Okay.
Go ahead.
See, chair.
Okay. You know what? Fuck that. Let's move on.
Give me 3 points for saying chair. Give me 3 points.
I'll give you 3 points because it doesn't change who wins.
Yeah, I'm losing anyways.
Yeah, so the winner of today's episode is AJ. Congratulations.
Yay!
That's the end of our show. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See you guys later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye!